The Ashta Lingams are 8 sacred Shivalingams located at the 8 cardinal and intercardinal directions around Arunachala Hill in Thiruvannamalai, Tamil Nadu, each representing a guardian deity or Dikpala and offering specific spiritual benefits during the sacred Girivalam or circumambulation, symbolizing protection, clearing karma, health, wealth, spiritual growth, crucial for completing the holy circuit. These lingams mark the 8 directional points of Arunachala Hill which pilgrims circumambulate. Worshipping each lingam as you pass it amplifies the spiritual benefits of the pilgrimage, said to burn lifetimes of karma and lead to self-realization. Not many of us are aware that similar Ashtalingams, one for each direction, are found around the Vedapurishwara Temple in Thiruverkadu. These lingams are located over a total distance of 24 kilometers around the Vedapurishwara Temple, and several people undertake to visit all 8 lingams on special days like full moon days, new moon days, Mondays, monthly Shivratri, etc. Performing this pradakshina on Wednesdays is said to bring all 16 elements of prosperity to oneself. The Ashtalinga Shivanadiyargal Sangam is trying to create awareness about these magnificent divine shrines so that there is more patronage and these temples are first able to sustain themselves and slowly recreate their lost glory. History of the Ashtalingams. When sage Agastya was going down south to balance earth during the celestial wedding of Lord Shiva and Parvati, he installed Shivalingams at several places. Since he could not participate in the wedding, Lord Shiva agreed to show him the marriage vision at will. When Agastya came to worship at Thiruverkadu, he sought to see the Lord's marriage there. So the Lord appeared before him along with Goddess Parvati in the marriage column as Vedapurishwarar. Goddess Parvati teased the Lord that he immediately manifested in whatever form the sages wanted. What would he do for the simple devotees? With a smile, the Lord manifested himself in the form of lingams on all 8 directions, much to the delight and happiness of Goddess Parvati. King Anabhaya Cholan or Kulothunga I has constructed the Vedapurishwara temple as well as temples for 8 lingams around it. However, with passage of time and several invasions, the temples have transformed into lesser known shrines. Agni Lingam Temple, Sri Anandavalli Samedha Sri Agastheeswara Temple at Noombal. This temple is found to the southeast of Vedapurishwara Temple and is found on the opposite side of the road on NH4 behind Gajalakshmi Kalyan Mandapam. This temple has been recently reconstructed and several new shrines like Navagraham, Murugan, etc. are added. The original shrine of Agni Lingam is known as Agastheeswara as it was worshipped by sage Agastya, is over 2000 years old. Worshipping Agni Lingam burns away negativity, offers spiritual liberation. Lingam Temple, Sri Indrasenapatheeswarar Temple, Vallikollaimedu. The Indrasenapatheeswarar Temple is to the east of Vedapurishwara Temple at Vallikollaimedu and is quite close to Karumariamman Temple at Thiruverkadu. This lingam is said to have been worshipped by Lord Indra to regain his status as king of Indraloka. People worship this lingam to gain promotion at work or obtain or complete government-related work or orders. Worshipping Indralingam grants courage, protection, and leadership. Yamalingam Temple, Sri Marghazhi Samedha Kailasanathar Temple, Senneerkuppam. The Yamalingam is found to the south of the Vedapuri temple and can be found on the Pondamalli Avari road. Worshipping at this temple is said to help one stand steadfast by the truth and be rid of Yedare Sani, Kanda Sani, Pada Sani and Janma Sani, the various ill effects of Saturn. Iron merchants can also benefit immensely in their trade by worshipping this lord. Worshipping Yamalingam helps overcome fear of death and brings justice. Nirudhilingam Temple, Sri Balambigai Samedha Sri Paleeswarar Temple, Parivakkam. By turning right at RRB Energy on Pondamalai Road towards Pattabiram, you will reach Parivakkam and the temple is quite easy to find. This 2320-year-old temple located to the southwest of Vedapurisha temple is very well maintained. It has Subramanya as the prime deity in its Swami Vimana. It is interesting to note that the Goshta Devatas are duplicated at all levels of the Vimana on each side. The temple, although lesser known, celebrates Manikavasari Vizha for 10 days every year. Worshipping this lingam helps one recover debts and save and protect those who are helpless and have no one to support them. Worshipping Nirudhilingam bestows health, balance and overcomes obstacles. Varunalingam Temple, Sri Jalakandeswari Samedha Sri Jalakandeswara Temple, Kaduvetti. Close to Parivakkam in a shrub forest area at Kaduvetti is found the Varunalingam. This lingam must have once been housed in a majestic temple but today is found inside a very humble shed in an open piece of land. This shrine is to the west of Sri Vedapurisha Temple. Worshipping this lingam is said to protect one from diseases, help them with a good yield in agriculture and grants boons of childbirth and prosperity. Worshipping Varunalingam purifies the mind, brings mental peace. Vayulingam Temple, Sri Viruthambigai Samedha Vayulingamoorthy Temple, Paruthipattu. The temple is found to the northwest of Vedapurisha Temple. This is the only temple that is closed at 10 am and opens only at 5 pm. All the other 7 can be worshipped even if the priest is not around. This temple is found in Paruthipattu on Avadi Road and is quite well maintained. It is believed that in days of yore there were cotton plants in plenty around the temple and the cotton flowers would burst and send cotton flying into the temple. The Lord would very often be covered by cotton, hence the place came to be known as Paruthipattu. Worshipping here rids one of airborne diseases and helps regain lost property. Worship in Vayulingam brings clarity, mental peace, and overcomes negative tendencies. Kuberalingam Temple, Sri Vembunayaki Samedha Kuberalingeshwara Sundaracholapuram. The Kuberalingam is found to the north of Vedapurisha Temple. The temple is in the middle of the village, and in early days the Shivalingam was beneath a neem tree from which villagers found milk flowing out. After looking at it carefully, found the Shivalingam and built the current temple. Worshipping Kuberalingam blesses with wealth, lasting riches, prosperity and abundance. Lingam Temple, Sri Jnaneshwari Samedha Lingam Koladi. The Lingam Temple is found in the northeastern side of Vedapurisha Temple. Isanya Shivan is the provider of mukti, which is not easy to attain for mere mortals. The Lord, who was a favorite of the Cholas, who did not start any new task without worshipping him, is found in the middle of the fields, in the thatched roof. The size of the lingam can make one well imagine what the size of the temple once built by Anabhaya Cholan would have been. Worshipping Lingam elevates spiritual awareness, wisdom and higher consciousness. Sri Vedapurisha Temple, Thiruverkadu Shiva Temple or Thiruverkadu. Moolavar Sri Vedapurisha Sri Verkattu Nadar. Consort Sri Balambigai Sri Verkanni. This is the 23rd Devaram Padal Petra Sivasthalam of Thondai Nadu at Thiruverkadu, a part of Chennai in Tiruvallur district. The temple is on the banks of the river Kuvam, which flows from north to south. Since the river flows from north to south, the temple is situated on the banks is considered equivalent to Kashi. The Murka Nayanar, one of the 63 Narmans, is from this place. Shekilar in his Periyapuranam describes Thirugnanasamudha's arrival with his disciples to Thiruverkadu after worshipping Lord Shiva, Sri Agastheeswara of Kalasthi. In this Sekla mentioned the name of the Kuvam river as Pali. Thirugnanasamudha has sung hymns in praise of Lord Shiva of this temple. The 15th century saint Arunagirinather worshipped Murugan of this temple and also sang hymns. Lord Murugan has a bow and arrow which is very unique in this temple. Arunagirinather mentioned this place as Velangadu, which is explained in the legend. The temple existed before the 6th century and believed that the temple was reconstructed during Anabhaya Chola period and an idol of Anabhaya Cholan is in the inner praharam. There were about 11 inscriptions recorded in this temple and these inscriptions are not legible to read. From the inscription, the temple was again reconstructed during Rajendra Chola I's second son Kolothanga period. This is one of the temples where the Lord Shiva gave darshan in Kalyanakolam to Agasthyar and the bas leaf is on the backside of the Moolavar wall. Since Lord Shiva gave darshan of his Kalyanakolam to Agasthyar, devotees believe that it will be auspicious to celebrate their Sashyaptabhuti and Sadabhishekam in this temple. In one of the legends, Lord Murugan imprisoned Brahma for not knowing the meaning of the Pranav mantra. Lord Shiva explained the necessity of Brahma for creation and the after effects if he is not released. Lord Shiva's request was also turned down. Finally, Lord Murugan teaches the meaning to Lord Shiva and releases Brahma. To get rid of the sin caused by this, Lord Murugan came to this place, created a Tirtham and worshipped Lord Shiva. A Shivalinga is in front of him. It is believed that 4 Vedas worship Lord Shiva in the form of Vel trees. Hence, this place was called Velkadu, Velangadu, and the same was corrupted to the present name of Verkadu. Murka Nayanar and sage Parashara, a scholar in astrology, worshipped Lord Shiva of this temple. The Murka Nayanar, one of the 63 Nayanmars belonged to the place, was an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. He used to eat only after providing Annadanam to Shiva devotees. When all his wealth was exhausted, started his earning through gambling and continued the service. He was very strict and sometimes used force to collect the money from the losers. Hence, he was called Murka Nayanar. In another legend, Salapurana Adiseshan worshipped Lord Shiva and promised that he would not bite anybody in this place. And this place was called Vishamtindapadi.